is, it's a style of yoga that is more connected with meditation, but it's a moving meditation. And the whole idea is to allow you to express yourself and be creative, especially in yoga, where most yoga styles and practices are a little more linear, which means you're kind of like a little robot. You know, you go from this pose, like here, and you just stay on your little mat in your rectangle and you face forward, and that's usually kind of how it goes. So this style of yoga kind of breaks the mold when it comes to that. A lot of it is getting off your mat, which can kind of seem crazy. So if you're on carpet, that's ideal. I also will like to have two mats kind of right next to each other, just because it can be a little tough on the knees if you gotta move off your mat and now your knees on your wood floor or whatever it may be. So, you know, we are going to be moving a lot. What also is going to happen is this practice is very, very slow. Because it is slow, it's a little more challenging because, as we know, when we're in one pose, staying in that pose for more than a breath can start to get challenging. The other challenging part about this practice is you're going to be transitioning from pose to pose in a much different way than we normally would. Like how I said, you're normally like a robot. You just kind of step here, step there, move here. It's going to be a lot more fluid and a lot more pretty. And that's the other component to Choreo yoga, is you want it to be aesthetically pleasing. So we're going to be making poses prettier, and it's really going to kind of channel that inner feminine energy that's in all of us. Even if you're a man, you still have it in you. And that's just that creative energy, that's also the calm energy and cooling energy. So because of this, we're going to start with the moon salute, Chandra Namaskar. So it's kind of like the sun salute, which is very popular, but it's a little different because we're starting to channel our divine feminine energy. So the poses are going to be a lot more hip opening, a lot more heart chest opening. I love the moon salute though, it's really beautiful. The other thing I want to also let you know is, as we're practicing, we're going very slow. The idea behind it, at first, you're going to use your head to remember this and to initiate this, is you're going to be moving from pose to pose as slow as possible, like you are in slow-mo. You want it to look very fluid and smooth, and I know your head's going to be going crazy because you're going to feel real rickety as we go to each one, learning each pose and what our transition is, but don't let your mind go crazy, because I promise we're just going to keep repeating that little series, and you're going to feel it in your body. You're going to create that muscle memory. You're going to know where we're going, and it's going to be comfortable, I promise. And then at the end, there's going to be a portion where I will continue to go through the series, but you will have the opportunity to do it on your own. So I'm not going to call out each pose or where we're going next. I'm just going to go where you can look at me if you need to, or, you know, you would have done it like a million times by then. So you should be confident in getting from pose to pose. And if a pose you hate or it doesn't feel good, feel free to take it out. If you want to change your mudra, you want to change where your arm is, where your leg is, like, make it yours. It doesn't have to be exactly what I tell you it needs to be. This is just a nice guideline to kind of get you going and to feel what it's like. And as you start to get more comfortable with it, it does become that moving meditation where you kind of just get lost in it and you just feel it and it feels good. We're going to start, remember, with the moon salute. So you're going to start at the top of your mat, feet hip-width distance apart. All right, so we're first going to warm up our spine a little bit. So you're going to be at the top of your mat or wherever on your carpet. So we're going to start with crescent moon. So all that is your cute little mountain pose, but in a lateral. Remember creating that C shape with the spine. And we're gonna take our arms and we're gonna bring them in to the posture B. So your arm's gonna come up and we're gonna bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra. So we're like little cute Indian dancers. Just imagine that. You're going to open the elbows up as far as you can. Press the palms together gently. So we're here. You're gonna pull your belly button in towards your spine. Tuck that tailbone under just a little so you're sitting and standing up nice and tall. You're gonna take a nice deep inhale, and then you're gonna exhale and you're gonna hinge to the right, bringing your right shoulder towards your right hip. Keeping those elbows open, they're gonna wanna flop down with gravity, but keep them open. And then you're gonna inhale back through center, exhale over to the left. A nice stretch, opening that armpit towards the ceiling. Nice stretch here. Then we're going to come back up through center, inhaling. You're going to keep your arms in V, and we're going to come into a twist. So all you're going to do is you're going to turn your shoulders towards the right while keeping your hips towards the left. So this is going to take a little engagement in your hips to keep your hips straight as you turn your chest and shoulders to the right, keeping those arms open, lengthen through the head and neck. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Slight engagement in those hips, turning to the right to keep your pelvis forward. Nice deep inhale. Exhale back to center. Go ahead and release the arms. All right, so just like in sun, there is actually a sun in this series. So you're gonna bring your arms up over your head. And you're gonna come into Power Mudra, that little Charlie's Angels gun, that cute little gun. You're gonna tense the glutes. You're gonna pull the biceps in towards the ear. Tense the glutes gently, just so you don't throw out your back as you lean back gently, bringing your chin to your chest. Nice long stretch here. Lifting the chest towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale back through center. Then we're going to forward fold in Uttanasana. You can bend your knees. The majority of your weight is in the front balls of your feet. Relax your head, relax your neck. Take some nice deep breaths here. Drawing your belly button towards your thighs. All right, so from here, we're going to come to Alanasana. So this is high lunge. So you're gonna plant your hands, and you're going to step your right foot back. I'm gonna scoot up now. So you got your right foot back. You're making sure that your knee is in alignment with your ankle, that front leg. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Either your palms are flat, or you can come up onto your fingertips. Lengthen the spine, the head, the neck. Don't collapse on top of that left leg. Nice straight line. And then make sure that your back knee is lifted, like someone has a little string attached to your kneecap and is lifting it. Breathe here. All right, so from here, we're gonna come into pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapatanasana, 1, and a mouthful. So you're gonna plant your hands now, and you're gonna take this left foot, and you're gonna bring your left ankle to your right wrist, and that left knee towards your left wrist. You're gonna drop that down gently, bring that back knee down, untuck the toes. You're gonna scoot that back leg back as far as is comfortable for you. Now this is pigeon with a turn. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna place your left hand in the center, or you can place it on your leg, wherever's most comfortable for you. Then you're gonna take that right hand, you're gonna bring it back to that back leg. Gaze over that back shoulder, lifting nice and tall. Press down through that back foot. Press down through the left leg, like you're rejecting the floor or the mat with your legs. Using some. Inhale, come back to center. Okay, so you're gonna plant your hands back down, and you're gonna come up into Anjaneyasana, which is just a low crescent lunge. So you're gonna tuck those back toes, press into the hands, and plant your foot on the inside of that left thumb. So you're back in lunge, but with your leg down. So we're just gonna touch this pose right here, and then we're gonna lift our back leg off the mat, step our left foot back, high plank, fingers spread wide. Make sure your fingers, your index fingers, are facing the front of the room. Pull that belly button into the spine, wrap your ribs around your torso, engaging your transverse abdominis. Press into your hands, separating the shoulder blades just a little, lengthen the head and the neck, keep the ears away from the shoulders. All right, so then from here, we're going to come into Bhujangasana, or our beautiful cobra. So you're gonna drop your knees first, untuck the toes, and you're gonna relax the belly towards the mat, roll the shoulder blades back and down, lengthen the head and neck, press into the hands. Take a nice deep breath here. So from here, we're gonna come into Balasana, or child's pose. So you're gonna press back as you widen your knees on the mat, sitting back onto the heels, forehead comes to the mat, arms relaxed, chest relaxed. A nice deep breath here. And you're gonna roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, coming into high fish pose, or Matsyenasana. Bringing your knees together. So legs are in diamond. Then you're gonna take your hand, and you're going to place it into this little triangle. And this mudra is called Trimurti. So you're gonna take this, straight arms, and you're gonna lift it all the way up as far as you can. Like you're gonna touch your hands against the ceiling or even further, the wall behind you. Keep your elbows and your arms in towards your head. You're going to lift through the chest, arching the back, pulling the shoulder blades together, keeping your chin to your chest. And from here, you're gonna bring your hands down, framing your knees. You're gonna tuck your toes because we're gonna come into thinker. So you're gonna press up onto your toes. And you're going to take your hands, bringing them to your elbows. Your head rests in your palms. This is crutch, posture of the arms. Tuck your tailbone under, lengthen your head and your neck. Remember, you can always keep your hands down. If this balance is a little tricky, no worries. All right, so then from here, we're gonna come back into Uttanasana. Forward fold, plant the hands, lower the heels, lift the booty in the air, drop the head. Maybe give it a nice shake, no. Nice shake, yes. Relaxing the head, shaking it however you like. Then you're gonna roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow so you don't get lightheaded. Bring your arms up and around. Hands at heart center. Samastitihi. All right, so that is one side. Crazy, right? So you're gonna take 2 steps forward. And we're gonna do the other side. I will go a little faster because now you know what we're doing in each pose. You're gonna take your hands, you're gonna bring it up and around. Remember, we're coming into B pose with our arms, B posture with Anjali Mudra. And we're gonna go ahead and lateral to the right as you exhale. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center. Power mudra. Tense the glutes gently. Lean back. Bring your chin to your chest. Lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Nice deep breath here. Plant the hands. This time step the left foot back. High, not high plank, high lunge, Alanasana. Now we're going to be coming into pigeon. So remember, walk that foot over. It's pigeon with a turn. Placing that hand in the center. Bring the other hand back to that back leg. Inhale, bring the hands back to center. Now we're going to come into Anjaneyasana, that low crescent lunge. So from here, we're going to bring the hands up, that Trimurti Mudra. We're going to add a nice Kilo Mudra. Lean back as far as you can. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Press down through both feet. Bring the hands down, frame the foot, step back, your high plank. Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, press into the hands, wrap the ribs around the belly. From here, you're going to come into Cobra. Go ahead, relax the knees down, untuck the toes, relax the belly, roll the shoulder blades back, press into the arms, lengthen the head and the neck, press back, widen the legs, child's pose. Inhale, rising up, bring the knees together. High fish, Matsyenasana, Trimurti Mudra. Same thing, nice little back bend here. Lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the toes, thinker. Tuck tailbone, lengthen spine. Plant the hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Reverse swan dive in the arms up. Anjali Mudra at heart center, Samastitihi. Alright, you're going to take 2 steps forward. I'm just going to check the time. See if we have time to do more or not. Alright, so we're going to get started in our little sequence here. Alright, you ready? Okay, so we're going to start at the top of our mat. And we're going to start in chair with our feet hip-width distance apart, toes facing forward. You're going to sit down in your nice little chair. You're going to tuck the tailbone under gently, just a little, to make sure you're not popping your booty out. And you're going to wrap your ribs around, so you're engaging the core, like your ribs are giving you a nice hug. You're wrapping your transverse abdominis, those deep abdominal muscles. Then we're going to take our hands, we're going to bring them into Anjali Mudra. So this is our first pose. So then from here, we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2, which is just Warrior 2, but we're just going to touch this pose, so we're just going to use this as a transition. So you're going to step your right foot back, nice and slow. Remember, we're looking for smooth here. Swivel that back foot. You're going to make sure that that foot arch, the back arch of the foot is in alignment with the front heel. And it's all right, you got to adjust this time. You'll get it each time we go through. So we're here, right? This is the pose that we're touching in. So normally we're just coming to this pose and going to the next pose. We're not spending any time here normally. So from here, we're coming into Parita Trikonasana. So from here, we're going to extend that front leg, straightening it. Then we're going to take our hands and we're going to cartwheel them above us. So we're going to take Our right hand is going to come up above us. It's going to come back down to this leg. And you're going to have the mudra Jnana. So this is Jnana mudra, this little guy. So he's going to come down to this leg. This arm's going to come up and over Jnana mudra again. You'll hold this pose. And from here, we're going to come into Utkacha Konasana, which is your goddess pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to cartwheel that left arm back down as you turn both feet. So now your feet are at a 45 degree. You're facing one side of your room. So you're going to take your arms, you're going to bring them up and over. We're going to come back up. Oh, most important thing, your mudra here is trident mudra. So it's just like the number 3. So you're going to take your arms and you're going to sit down as you bring them up and over. Coming into B, but you're not going to bring your hands to touch. Remember those elbows open wide, making sure that your knees are over the top of your, here, I'll turn for you. Your knees are over the top of your ankles. You're going to look like this. All right, so from here, we're going to pass through another pose, which you've already been here before, Anjaneyasana, which is that low crescent lunge. So all we're going to do, I'm going to turn back, so we're going the same direction. So you're going to take your hands, and you're going to bring them down to frame that front foot. Nice and slow. Swivel that back foot down. Drop the knee. Okay, so the next pose that we're coming into is bird. So what that's going to look like is Anjaneyasana. But you're going to make sure that your back knee is in alignment with your hip. Okay. That front leg is at a nice 90-degree angle, so you've got these 90-degree angles coming on. So this is bird. So when we come into bird, we're going to add a posture of the foot, which is called fish. So you're going to lift your heel up. You've got this cute little yoga high heel on. And then you're going to take this back foot and you're going to swivel it in just a little for balance. And what we're going to do is you're going to take that right hand and you're going to bring it towards that back heel. If this isn't possible for you, you can bring it towards like your hands in the pocket of your pants, and you'll just press back. Same thing. So your hands here. Then this hand is going to be coming up. This is where we're going to come back into Jnana mudra. This arm's going to come up and over. All right, and then from this pose, we're going to come into cat. But what's going to happen is you're going to take your hands and you're going to helicopter it down, placing it in front of your right knee. So just a couple feet in front. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders. You're going to take this back foot and you're going to keep it lifted because you're going to bring it. So you're going to take that leg that was out. You're going to bring it into the shape diamond. So that's, you're bringing your heel to your glute. So it's going to stay heel to glute till you get it back. And you're going to lift it up, kicking that foot up to the ceiling. All right, so this is where we're going to get tricky. So you got 2 options here. So you can keep this leg up in mast. Then you're going to put your weight into that right arm. And you're going to lift this. Left arm up. While kicking that back leg back, so you're opening to the side. You're going to serpentine the hand and the arm. Just this nice little wave movement. You can point the toes or flex the foot, what feels good for you. We're going to come back down. Okay, so that's one option. This is your other option, which I can't do because of my shoulder right now. But you can totally do this instead, and it's also really beautiful. So you got your leg out there in your bird. So you're coming back, right? And as you kick up, you can reach back with your right hand coming to a nice little twist. And then you're gonna kick that foot up to the ceiling as you lift with your arm and your hand. So whichever feels better for you, whichever you like. Then what's gonna happen is, so we're here. Oh, also, if you're going to have your leg lifted and you're opening, just like in bird, swivel that back foot out to be your little kickstand. So you have something to press against. So we're doing this, right? So then from here, we're gonna come into Gomukhasana, which is just your little cow face pose. So you're gonna take your hand, you're gonna place it down. Then you're gonna take that leg and you're gonna wrap it around your bottom leg. Then you're gonna take that foot, you're gonna swivel it out. So now both feet are on opposite sides of you, sitting back nice and gently. So this is our ending pose. Then you'll take your arms out, serpentine the arms all the way up. Let's end the way we started in Anjali Mudra. Hands at heart, not hands at heart center. Hands in prayer, bringing them down to heart center. Nice and slow. And once it gets to heart center, you'll look at your mudra and you'll fold forward, just bowing down. And back up. All right, so we're gonna practice that, but on the same side. So we're gonna stay on the same side because we're not gonna confuse you. And we'll go a little faster and you'll see it'll start to get smoother and more beautiful. So yeah, all right. So chair, Anjali Mudra. Remember, we're gonna step back into Warrior Two and your feet are gonna be in alignment with each other. So left back foot, straighten that leg. Jnana Mudra. Reverse Parivrtta Trikonasana. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Then we're going to come into Utthita Konasana, Goddess. So turn. So you turn the feet. Remember, bring the arms up. Trident Mudra, that 3. Pressing the knees open. Extending the legs, turning to the front, planting the hands for that high lunge Anjaneyasana, just to come into bird. Untuck the toes, lifting up. Remember, fish of the foot. Bring the arms back. Jnana Mudra. Lift through that side body. Turning to the side, pressing through that front hip, back hip. Pressing into those toes of the left foot. All right, so then from here, remember we're coming into cat. So you're gonna cartwheel your hands down. Frame that right leg. You're gonna go ahead and turn. Coming into your cat. Remember, this is your bow pulling cat with the twist, or you're just going to open up. Remember, turn that foot if you need to. Bring that arm up. Serpentine the hand and the arm. We're going to bring that hand down really slowly. Then wrap that leg in front. Extend the feet. Sitting back slow. Bring your arms out to the side. And one more thing, if you are facing a different direction, hands in prayer, bring them down, nice and slow. If you're facing a different direction or end up all turned around, it is totally okay. That's the whole point of Choreo yoga, Everyone's body moves differently, so where you end up in your mat is totally specific to you and your body and how you move. Get to bow. So don't get caught up if we are in the wrong direction, and if you want to tweak it a little or put your hands in a different spot, feel free, as long as it feels good and you're not hurting yourself. All right, so coming back up, same side. This is where it starts to get a little smoother, if you haven't been able to tell already. Sit down, hands at heart center, Anjali. Step back, warrior 2 feet, turn, lengthen, Jnana. Nice breath here. Very slowly turning. Try to mudra that 3. Open those elbows, open those knees. Slowly coming back up. Remember, we're transitioning into bird here. Those toes, that foot. Curl the arms back. Frame the foot, but you know, coming into cat. See, it's already beginning. I'm already getting the yoga brain. Taking your transition, whichever one you prefer. Down slowly. Remember, wrapping the left leg and knee around the right. So one is stacked on top of the other, swinging those feet open. How'd that feel? Does it feel like it's getting a little better? Maybe a little less rickety. All right. So we practiced 3 times on this side, on the left. So we're gonna practice once on the right, just to kind of even it out. And it's crazy how big of a difference you'll notice how open your left side is compared to your right side that we have not been doing. So it's good to at least do it once, you know? And then I'll leave it up to you what side you want to do. All right, so chair, Anjali Mudra. Try and keep those elbows in alignment with your wrists. It's really hard for me in my one shoulder, but my other shoulder can do it. All right, so we're moving on to the left, so you're slowly going to shift your weight into the right, plant that left foot directly behind your right, swivel that back foot down. Remember, straighten that front leg, Jnana Mudra, reverse Trikonasana, reverse triangle. Woo, definitely a little stiffer on this side. All right, so from here, we're gonna come to our goddess, Uttara Konasana. So swivel that back foot, or the front foot. You're gonna bring the hand down slowly. Go ahead and sit down. Trident Mudra, that number 3. Bringing it up. Keeping those elbows and those knees pressed open. Tuck the tailbone under just a little bit, engage the abdomen. Alright, you're going to go ahead and lengthen back up. And slowly turn, frame that front foot. Lowering down. This is where we're coming into cat. Or not cat, but bird. Okay, so that back foot out if you need. Remember, Jnana Mudra back, Jnana Mudra up. Oh. Hang on. Come back up. I forgot our foot posture. Alright, so remember it's fish of the foot. And I know this side's going to be a little more rickety. Because we haven't created any muscle memory yet. So now you're going to cartwheel a hand back. Reaching for that foot, heel, or just pressing onto the back of that lower back, kind of where your love handle area is. Nice and slow. Don't want to hurt ourselves. Nice deep breath here. Lift the chest towards the ceiling. Come back up. Now we're placing our hands for cat on our left side. I'm going to swivel that foot, bringing that foot up. Now remember, you're either opening to the side or you're reaching back with your left hand to grab your right foot. Remember to kick. Serpentine the hand, serpentine the arm in the hand, whatever feels good for you. Gazing up at that hand. Pulling your belly button into your spine, keeping that core tight. That's your stability, pressing down to that left foot. Alright, you're going to slowly bring the hand down. Then you're going to come into Gomukhasana, cow face pose, wrapping that right leg on top. Opening the feet, sitting back. Then our finish. Prayer with the hands. And all the way down. Remember, take your bow. Coming back up. All right. See how much time we have. Okay, a little time. Okay. So let's do one more time on the left, just because that felt really rickety for me, which probably feels really rickety for you. All right. I'm gonna get it a little smoother. So you're going to sit back down. Bring your hands to heart center. Anjali Mudra. Okay, remember you're stepping your left foot back. Swivel that back foot. Straighten the front. Nice and slow. Jnana Mudra. Revolve triangle. A reverse triangle. Your goddess. Trident Mudra. B posture of the arms. Extending the legs. Bringing the hands down. Frame that foot. Bringing that foot up for bird. Fish of the foot. Jnana Mudra. Press down through the feet. Engage the core. Keep yourself secure. Gazing down at that left foot. That heel left wrap that leg around the other. Gomukhasana. Nice and slow. All right. How are you feeling? Is it coming little by little? All right, so we are gonna practice. I'll give you one time through on your own. I want you to just go with the flow. You know the poses. We've done them over and over and over. You know where we've been. Don't let your head get stuck in the mix. If you need me, just look up. You know, I'm going to be going and going slow, so whatever, or throw whatever pose you want in there, do whatever you want. This is your time to just kind of let everything go, and who cares? And you're at home, so who cares even more? Remember, you can do it on whatever side you prefer. On your mat. Oh, and we're going to extend our legs out in front of us. Big toes facing the ceiling. And I want you to pull your belly button towards the tops of your thighs. You're not rounding the back or anything, you're just pulling your stomach towards your thighs. And I want you to either grab onto your calves. You can grab onto the outside edge of your feet or peace finger grip around your big toes. Whatever feels more comfortable for you. But I want you to continue to draw your belly button towards your thighs and pull your shoulder blades together, making sure you're not rounding the shoulder blades. And then relax your head and your neck. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Inhale, lift up, one vertebrae at a time. You're gonna come into Baddha Konasana. You're gonna bring your feet together and you're gonna pull them in as far as you can. Relaxing your knees down to the mat. This is collar's pose, or sometimes called butterfly. You're gonna lengthen the spine and sit up nice and tall. And then you're gonna fold forward. To a lateral, so we're going to take our hands, we're going to walk them just over to the right a little, so one hand comes to the right of our right leg, left hand to the left. It's very gentle, don't pull, we're not twisting here, just turning slightly, relaxing the head and the neck, keeping the hips grounded on the floor. Over to the left now. Walk your hands back to center. Slowly round yourself back up. You're going to take a nice little baby back bend. So you're going to bring your legs out to Sukhasana, easy seated pose. You're going to bring your arms up and around. Oh, and then you're going to pull your elbows down towards your ribs, really squeezing and pressing your elbows towards your ribs, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Look up. Lifting your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Relaxing the head. And inhale, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. You're going to come onto your back. We're going to come into little bear. So you're going to bring your knees into your chest. Or wrap your hands around your calves or grabbing onto the tops of your knees. And you're going to press your tailbone towards the floor. And you're going to gently pull with your arms, your knees towards your chest. Lengthen the head, the neck. Maybe rock from right to left. Massaging the spine and the back. Oh, Lord knows, Choreo yoga means you do a lot of stuff with your back. Maybe grab the outside edge of your feet or peace finger grips around your big toes, coming into happy baby. Those legs come up to that 90-degree angle, feet pressing like they're trying to touch the ceiling. You can rock back and forth too, or in circles, whatever feels good. Then you're going to bring your legs back down, extend them all the way out to the corners of your mat, leaving some space between your feet. Arms arms down alongside your body, leaving some space between your hands and your torso. When you close the eyes, take a nice big inhale. And a huge exhale out the mouth. Exhale all that we did out, all that happened during your day out. Exhale anything you just want to let go of and release. All right. I just want you to start to notice your breath. And I want you to notice your body. I want you to scan your body, starting at your feet, just going through each and every part, noticing if there are any parts of your body that you can relax a little more, you can let go a little more. Where is it you're still holding on for dear life? Where is it that you still can't let go? Bring your awareness to those places within your body, taking conscious control and choosing to let go, choosing to relax, choosing to give yourself these few minutes of total relaxation, total peace. Just let it go. Start to bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body. Deepening your inhale and your exhale. Starting to introduce some movement back into the body. Taking whatever movements or stretches your body is calling for right now. And when you're ready, you're going to roll onto one side into a fetal pose. Pose of rebirth. Given the opportunity in this moment to create whatever it is you wish to create for yourself and your day and your family, however you wish to feel. Then when you're ready, you're going to come up to a comfortable seat. We're going to end class together, chanting the mantra Om 3 times. You're going to first sit up nice and tall, lengthening the spine and the head. You're going to bring the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. I want you to close the eyes. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, preparing the lungs and the throat. Then together, we'll inhale deeply. Namaste.